obese bosom na da otododo baasa wo afi mu biara ye bera wiaze aman kabumuku eyesiwo na watunizin International Day for Disaster Reduction ne dem sentirinti sekendi takrade Metropolitan Assembly NADMO mpanyifo wo share stakeholders trade mpanyifo another nipadodo a woboa ema disaster na atoranchem okodaze no hinara na wonwon twetwen nkombo fa International Day for Disaster Reduction no ho na abra ideas G8 television nsamtrofo yekopo emu won oye Metro Director of NADMO Owura James Obin Jr. ni domni nara kasai na ochirehwan nzama pa wode gukwem onamdo ma oye atorancham orokofom ewo sekunde takrade ha na osanso kasai ze fa ho na omahen afuto a yentum na yendan eza obama atorancham another insuyiri obokofom na oze amahen.
I'm privileged today to also have another year of the International Day for Disaster Reduction 2020. This occasion that is celebrated every year, IDDR is a day set aside, as my boss said, by the United Nations General Assembly to promote risk awareness and disaster reduction globally. It began in 1989 and is held every year on the 13th of October. Initially, it was held on the second Wednesday of October, but it was changed to 13th of October. As we speak today is 13th of October. The whole world is celebrating IDDR, International Day for Disaster Reduction. Reduce disaster management to critical infrastructure disruption of basic service was last year's theme. This year's theme on the International Day for Disaster Reduction is strengthen disaster risk governance to manage disaster risk. We are strengthening disaster risk governance to manage disaster risk. This occasion that we are celebrating today was a framework from Sendai in Japan. And the framework was to reduce the risk of disaster internationally. International document that was adopted by the United Nations member states between 14th and 18th March 2015 at the World Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction held in Sendai, Japan. This focus on achieving substantial reduction of disaster risks and loss in lives, livelihood, health, and in economic, physical, social, cultural, and environmental assets of persons, business, communities, countries for the next 15 years. This year's theme for IDDR focused on strengthening disaster risk governance for disaster reduction, which also aims at achieving the Sendai framework. This year's theme is about conveying the message that many disasters can be avoided or prevented if there are disaster risk reduction strategies in place to manage and reduce existing level of disasters to avoid the creation of new ones. The National Disaster Management Organization was established in Ghana by an Act of Parliament in 1996 at 517, which has been repealed by Act 927, 2016. The government of Ghana, in its quest to reduce disaster risk, incorporated NADMO in all MMDA throughout the country. NADMO serves on the following committees in the assemblies: Special Committee, Technical Subcommittee, and the Metropolitan or Municipal Security Council committees. All is seen towards giving an eagle eye on development and planning within the MMDAs. This committee mentioned oversees the approval and permit for developing and planning of the assemblies. In 2016, Act 927 also empowered NADMO to address issues related to disaster and similar emergencies, and also the formation of disaster volunteer groups in communities to act as agents to disaster prevention, response, and education. The government of Ghana, by Act 927, has allocated 30% of the District Assembly Common Fund to fund some of the activities of the organization. Some of them are climate change risk reduction, training and motivation of disaster volunteer groups in the district, and few other programs. Ladies and gentlemen, it is likely clear the government of Ghana, by the Sendai framework, has made great strides in his quest to address governance for disaster reduction. STMA NADMO has done a lot and has achieved over the past 3 years, all towards achieving disaster-free metropolis. The organization, in collaboration with stakeholders like Ghana National Fire Service, the Ghana Police Service, MTTD, the Ghana Road Safety Authority, DVLA, Driver Vehicle Licensing Authority, just to mention a few, have made great strides in educating the people on disaster prevention and management. All this is in our quest to prevent and manage or mitigate disasters. The following programs have been initiated by the STMA NADMO and has been done every year. Market sensitization program, community engagement, industrial visit, school education, both JHS and SHS, driver passenger education, restaurant and eatery inspection, fuel and gas station inspection, desilting of drains, marine inspection, building site inspection, compliance and enforcing of COVID-19 protocols by His Excellency the President. Madam Chairperson, all these programs and activities by STMA and NADMO is to ensure disaster-free metropolis. As our slogan goes, NADMO, prevention, peace. On this note, as we are celebrating the Day for International Disaster Reduction, we can attest to the fact that the government of Ghana has made various commitments or much commitment in strengthening governance for disaster reduction. On this note, I want to entreat all gathered here to be very careful and comply with the COVID-19 protocols. We are not out of the roof yet, and let us all stay live. Thank you for coming.
Mendeg mezezi no ye bibia oye afibiara we as na fa na wodi. Oyende we as batan cookers United Nations. Oye atrencham na osisi won kronkron no kehie. Na wodwem de oda atrencham wo hwe na wokam kena ana wo hye me kena botu na so atrencham osia odnyeme bebri na odeba sikasam nyimpa no kwa nyimpa na ezizi nyimpa na apomzini ya otum obon. Nti wayende de bia authority basa oye October bosom no yemfenzi BBFN International Day for Disaster Reduction and then there is and the more to do 18th of the Sandai framework using in there only then Sandai framework in the Moroccan in there abention abande gwa kwema odrobo atuyancha moban na so sikura abadna abanore nti am just there me yezi Ghana ha oyese kenta kura de Ghana na fa na hia assemblies worizi the man so na wias na fa na hia Sweden worizi nti yen so me kan there aban abombozi papa watuyancha mo ehwe first no chatuyancham edwumezi ode enyim ara bro beka na programs na nche ntumi ye abana asharketi waye na mbra da this assembly common fund 3% on fan share atuyancham edwumam no fan ye atuyancham edwuma ma omboa aban so waye de oye ekueku bia wo assembly a wo hwe nyama ofan planning and development no ode NADMO academic committees no bi TSC or technical subcommittee of the assembly in your special committee no so NADMO kan ho ya ba so bambo wo assemblies no your friend ha na be Metropolitan Security Council NADMO kan ho aban no odne kan ho ntini ya hwa na kira aban ne botai a ode fan atuyancham no zo ya da we sini gina de bibia ode boboa ma atuyancham ya bra na ore nti ehwe framework no mesmo roke de disaster governance to prevent disaster risk no ya na aban ana dam hihye ya at 927 no act from parliament abani be ya wild kitchen what they repeal the former act no man NADMO etum kese bebre is at 927 no man NADMO etum kese sabi NADMO obana nkesembesem onye edwumayefo ana hono wonyimdi wo hwe de BBR no botum da atuyanchama ba wo mbre konde wotum hwe ma edman ejey ntinde za yezi anande afesha ananda afie yezi oye International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction oye aza mjiz de wa ho kakrani de covid nti o me yentumi anyen de mode ye nanso ni ya na chiru one century for be yim de me ya kan chimu bia oboko ma Ghana fo na onye wiazna fa na ya tede onya da ye bo atugui ana da ya ma wiazanti asama ho ana aza abanre ye o de su atuyanchama no ani adan de ye me ba STMA me ye panyin a mo hwe NADMO do ha no om de mfe ba san ye be no yenye assembly ni ye nkita ho na ye hye de oye hand drains ana gota od de miambia na nsuta oyiri fa nkrofo no se ye shafe na so a oye bosom today ba san oye match na ya hye ase ye de ye yinim nyam ye da twen nso baba ani ya za wa aboa na hen chekere so kodo education ye no ama nkofa asase de iwura na ade na edu gugatem no ombo hen eda na ye sisi bebi ensufa no ombo hen oye akokọ a ye twa no so ombo hen nti na education motuma akade hen education no so kan ma oma ye nya flood no second takrada e kodo ye so ya wodo ye de hen education akọ enyim na moti bia no ye nyimpe ya de ebinim ba wan so be de na so emde ye rekọ enyim no ze ye basesa nyama onye de ye ma odi atuancha mba osande atuancha da mini kankan na atuancha mo sia odi hope no de ba ebiti de osi wo tamale na nsin ehwe mo isa na nkofo de ka akwa na ochiro ada ehien onto hien no de ye mo oiden osi de nsu ana de ye de wura ebinim otwa na nsu boto a na wa hye wura no de gugu gardenim de nsu no onfo no ko ma so ye tsaso de sisi aso bibiti de climate change ono so ho ehun de wi misakre no wa ma sisi a ye du bebi abo na epo no wa peja se epo no peja onam de nsu oto nya ni odo kopum no se epo no peja nsu odo kopum no obrenaze ano so kan mode nsu yi ode den ode ba nti ye bia e bompe de se enuanom a wotete epo na no on de epo ni epeja na ewi ma ye de mo so boto a ode hia ye boye wonke de nsu ni hyase ode ye fi bia ye won na ye ko bia wo boye
ye hia mu ena enye bibia se ewiase amansankuo nyina ayi ne day 13th October e de ato ho se ye mfankai ekwan a atoyere nchem ye be fa so a ye be tiso anase ye de beba fam kra enti ye hia ya na Ghana fa na nyina so ene de ye di saada no na metro yi mu no ye yi secondary metro ena ye ba be di saada enti eno nti na ye ba ye na ne ye gina so a ye kasa afimu nyina ene se ye mia amamu yomu a ye betimi agina so e de ate atorian chemso se ka governance a eye amamu a de ti atorian chemso eti de edi kan a ya fato ye ho ne se esese metro bia etiminya plan anase otiminya krata bi eto ho onya krata bi to ho a ede policies anase de ensena ho ene ede ato ho a ye de ti atoyere nchem so eno so ye behwe ye nya ni nyina awie na ye nya adwuma ahoro ye be hia nei eka ho a na ye nyina ya fam si agi tuma na akoye ekra ensena ho bi a ye de be ye adwuma afimu nyina ye de ti atoyere nchem no so ye wie no sa ye be keka ye ho ye be ye te se de asem na si na ye similate anase ya ye hu dwuma se ne ye be ya ye nuanom stakeholders ya ehia obia be hu ne adwuma esese oye na ye de te atoyere nchem so omanfo enso wa asodie se ye ka amamu a ye de te atoyere nchem so a enti bibi te se sebio aban aboka na ode wo sika aye gates na ezuoto a na wakwakohwie ewira agum ekwan ba kwa ye hwe ne se amanfo bejai de toso ebie mu ne se ye wo emra ene ensusuye oman mu a sebio ye de gi asase ne ye di sidan enti ye hwe se ye koye nim no se ba bi a ensuo fa no ye makwan emanipa ensi edan ewo ho na woba NADMO ye building code na ye ne stakeholders ni nyina atworo na se enline no omo passe a wa wodan si ensuo mu bia no ye beka gufom ye hu de si nkran enene nansa ye mpese bi besi takorade
disaster de fire service di mu akotire pa enkan won ye because disaster eba no say fire o say nsu mu asem o obi eka dan mu obi ato say well mu whatever anything that comes disaster fuel petrol tanker explosion even if there's no ignition we are still in charge fire service e kan na ma bibia oyeye na yem botai ana say amman Ghana tumi a wa man say en fan di juma a act 537 o man tumi say bibi esi saa yenhwe nimpa kawo bebia mu nipa wa wonhire bia mu a fire service yen rescue saa nipa no nti se oka disaster pa de wo mu juma pa kosiri pa edi wo mu yen botai a si enimpa ne se yen si fire nkwan se yen bon ban se memma onsi kra na emo nso osi wi a my emperor beba no ba na ya marriage nti say whatever means I there to say ye church enkrofo say we say I jabeto we we say dem 2020 be so we say ni nyina ye na say amanfo an ye mfa an ye adwuma ana so say there ne ye natural causes ana accidental causes no eba na na so ma wa ba no na ya hwe na ya bo ho ba na ya manage no say onko tre no ko say nyama pi nti mo want to say pompi na na tre say asem na ye ka hye dom ana Ghana for say mu tie na mu fa ball mu ban no o man fa ye adwuma nsa na obeti pompi no bebre na anti pompi na tre say eyen nsem na ye ka hye etie fo no mate na ma fa na supem omo dia ye adwuma no so o man fa ye adwuma na eti pompi no pi kwan ben na wo dey fa na fa electricity ba wo fie say am free qualified and certified electrician eno ebetumi anya asem mo ana electricity no kwan afa so na use no say overloading ana so say bibi so say wo how you maintain it. These three basic means if electricity kwan afa so ye di ba yan fie kwan aye use no yan fie kwan a say bibi say wo a ye hwe na ye ni ye say dem nyame ba san yan hwe no ye a o ma ye nya problem wo electricity no eja ho say bi so ni there gas na use wo yan fie no ono so the same three na meka no gas na libe wo fie a install no wo hemfa e pede amafo install no wo aboa no fa tube no kenti no fa mba se na be ya leakage ba ho a onjina wo dem na wo kitchen ho obeko outside na ye use no so a me nja no sa na e ko ebinu wo ho a o use na okita no phone no te ebinu so obeso so a onkwa odo fa oso obebu gas na si wa ansa na kodem kwa kwahwe matches na baba so obi so wa e bia no o use gas no o de bibie si do onu adwan no na no refree o bo ne nkombo e bia mframa din kakra bia bo ma eja na edum oba e bia oni nka o de the gas no leak ne nka no so hia yempa nti oba na so matches pebo na asema ba ebi so was edwan enwan ne si do na we ja gas e de edwan na si do o hyewa edwan na wo mu no ana asensu na si do no obesa o san chance na de si do afi de ono no obenan washiwa na ode asema ba ena efefe ye nkasa nso ye yeso ye coil bibia edisi yeso ye candle bibia edisi e to azi with electric iron na we refi na AJC do e bia na wire light off in dum no in two plug no frame na eko nti electrical in na my canon say be canon biom na e be da na ahwe de electrical equipment na we say edum ni na edum no na etu ni na every plug no mo ana so say every we adwuma mo epon na ekofie a no so dem a ebe sure say nyama na ensese obesido no edum ni na etu plugs no every socket no ye di emi ni na me gidi de ye nyina ya ebetun abon ho ban wo oja hihye no
Jumani about road safety, about saving lives. We are part of them. We help them. Should in case of any disaster, we are also around to also help support them in terms of better. And also we will try and at least have measures so that it wouldn't happen again. We have a campaign going on, the Arrive Alive campaign. We launch on DVLA for premises. It say election won't very high. And our political way parties any campaign we are going through the political parties. We are talking to them to bring their transport team so that we will train them, their drivers too, so they know how to use the road whilst they have passengers in the car, so that we will save the Jojo. Yes, please. It's from now to December election, or even after the election, we will still continue the campaign. Drivers in some boase your road neso because you can but in from so do na drivers nipano. It's drivers in some boase and passengers neso no driver no you can also voice out but politely. Sena driver no so bet me at was no so abon home so back do as dream.